can start. People can shows up. So, hi, I'm Girlfriend. This is going to be a section of Leather and Laces with Girlfriend, or Girlfriend Leather and Laces. This is an 18 and up only show today. So if you're under 18, get out. I love you. Bye-bye. Go to scarletteen.com. I can't advocate or say things or, be a presentable adult. Get out. Love you all. Please leave. This also does not reflect on any contests or events or any organizations. These are personal leather interviews with personal leather people that I love and admire and I think are doing great work for the community. And today I have Boy Drew on my show. Yay!
Hi!
So I have Boy Drew. We're going to get into some leather. We're going to work a little bit today like we always do.
Yep.
Like we did last night. You worked on my leather last night. I bought you a stand.
I did.
I did my end. You wanted my stand. You lost your mind.
I felt something move. And we're like, we're good.
Something's in my chest hair. Something's
we're good.
disturbance in the force.
We're good. Yeah.
So I have Boy Drew here. And these are just personal questions. They can skip. They're not obligated to answer any of them.
I like little flashcards and everything.
Yeah, I make you questions, and we get to dive in.
Yeah.
So, who are you? What are your pronouns? Your contact info, and what are we cleaning?
So my name is Boy Drew, or Pup Rascal, or Rascal just in general, if that's how you know me, or even just Drew. I'm kind of a fluid person with the name. My pronouns are he, him. If you want to use they, them, I don't care. If you want to use the royal she, I don't care. You want to just say, hey, that one. I know.
It's all good.
Contact info. I am on TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. Easiest way of contact is Rascal the Soft, and that's with a K, not a C for Rascal. So it's Rascal, R-A-S-K-A-L, the Soft.
The soft.
So
We also hang out with the soft himbo, correct?
yeah, we do hang out with the Soft Himbo.
He's good people.
Good people.
He's also been on the show, so if you like, go back on YouTube, watch. There's a whole episode where we get to talk about HIV and AIDS prevention and PrEP. So
And today we'll be cleaning. I got a new set of boots.
Ooh, new boots.
So we're gonna. They got their first outing last night, but we're actually gonna give them some love for the first time today.
Yes.
So.
Yay, new boots.
Yeah.
New boot goofing. I love it. Okay. Well, why don't we start on these guys first, and we'll dive into the questions. So what do you want to clean it with? You are also a boot black.
I am also a boot black.
So what would you like to clean it with today?
So, I'm not gonna lie, I have fallen in love with the glycerin soap.
Oh my God,
and I'm
really?
going to start using it.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't use the saddle soap at all last night. I was just like, no, I'm using this. It was so nice. Yeah. So thank you.
You're
getting me
welcome.
on to this shit.
You're welcome. I'm happy I can turn you on to other kinks and other cleaners.
So I'll be using this to wash the boot.
Hooray! I'm looking for my brush. I will just use a dauber brush today then.
That's what I will use too.
I was gonna use my barber brush, but fuck it, I don't know what it is today. So we're just using two different types of brushes. They're the same thing. That one's just more fun to put in your mouth.
You know what I didn't put water in the bottle.
Hey, tech support. There's a pink bottle right there.
That's it.
Yeah, can you toss that? Well, you could spray us. I'm into water sports. So this is just water and glycerin saddle soap. You can pick this up at your local Michael's or craft store. It comes in a big block, and you just melt it into a container. Yeah. Pretty simple, pretty easy. It doesn't have all the additives that saddle soap has.
Yeah, and so these boots are fairly easy or done, so I'm not really going to worry about delacing them.
Okay. It's your boots.
I
know you know what to do because I've taught you.
It just makes it just ever so slightly a bit easier. Mm-hmm. Especially because I wear jeans usually when I'm wearing these, so really only the toe caps are what's being seen.
Yep.
Toe caps and then like some side.
Yep. Tell us your first experience and what brought you into the lifestyle.
So, this was. We are going to say I was 18 when I totally discovered the lifestyle.
Very important.
Yep, I was 18, definitely.
We were all 18.
Yep.
Don't judge us. We had the internet unmonitored, guys.
And I discovered, kink as the way most unsupervised teenagers do with the internet.
Especially in our time.
In our time, especially. And it was just kind of like I think I'm into this. And then I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm into this. But it was, so like I would say my first official experience with the community as a whole, though, I was 19, and I got to finally go to my first leather event, which was... No, it wasn't FLSP. My first one technically was Florida Leather Servant Boy and Florida Community Boot Black. 2015.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was my first one.
You know what shit? I've actually never been to my own event that I have the contest.
I know.
I feel so awful. We need to fix that. I will come, please, guys. Let's let COVID end.
But so that was my first real encounter with everything, and it was fantastic. Like I had made like a couple community friends since I moved and in 2015 to Orlando area, and it was interesting to finally get to experience all of it like in person and get to meet some people. So that was my first outing.
The first outings, all the things. What does it mean to be a boot black to you?
To me, honestly, it's providing a much needed but not talked about service to your community and to any dominance that you may have, if that's something that they want. It's a good thing to have, but it's mostly the community and the history of it all. Because while yes, this is an extremely important piece of our history, it doesn't get talked about. It doesn't get enough time in the limelight. And without us, the freaking
you wouldn't look nice.
Yeah, they would look poopy. Wouldn't look good.
We want you to look nice, guys. I want you to do all the nice things.
I'm here to make sure you look decent.
I'm here to make sure you look good, not decent.
I'm here to make sure at minimum you look decent, because that can only help so much.
That's true. Photoshop only does so much.
Exactly.
What is puppy play, and why is it important to you?
Oh. So puppy play...
Aw, thanks, TikTok. You sent us 10 roses.
Puppy play is... My definition of puppy play can be very different than a lot of people's. For me, puppy play is the ability to kind of... Some people say dissociate. I just say separate your mind from the quote-unquote real world. And, just be a different being for a little bit. And to me, it's extremely important just because it allows for this release of, I don't have to worry about what I'm doing because I'm not an adult, I'm not a human right now. It's I am puppy, I am dog, I am here to provide support and assistance and play or sleep.
Nice. It's just a nice little escape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell us about your pup name?
So my pup name is Rascal with a K.
Yes.
I've not met anyone else who spells it quite like that. I have met other rascals, but not with a K. I decided upon that name for one of my first alpha slash mentor type people in the community because they have a K in their name. And so I, at the time, decided, in honor of this person for helping me discover who I am, to a degree, I wanted to, put that in there. And I also thought it was a bit more unique. And so that way it was also I liked it too, and it wasn't just for them.
Yeah. It's to honor them, but you are your own person. And
absolutely.
Becoming yourself.
Absolutely. My puppy is he's a German Shepherd. The way that I describe him when it comes to age is like that age where the dog is just starting to kind of grow into everything, but yet everything is still significantly bigger than they are. So like ears are majorly floppy, the legs are just clubs and they're kind of clumsy and trip over themselves. That's me. But they're really cute and they're just kind of like there.
They're adorbs. All the puppies are perfect. I love puppies.
I have my horizons have broadened over the past few years, and I discovered there's more than just puppy play. There's kittens, and then I was like, there's more than just those two. There's pony play. There's foxes. There's a starfish that I've met. I've met so many different critters, and it's interesting, and I think it's fascinating.
Oh yeah, no, I love other critters. They're great. How did you get your community name, Boy Drew?
It was me.
It was you.
Like that one, Boy Drew. Because that's my name.
Yeah.
So it was kind of I'm a leather boy. My name is Drew. I don't really have a community name, and then this worked. And that's why I also have Rascal, so it's kind of like people know me as one of both. I'll answer to both. Mm-hmm. I don't really separate the life as much as a lot of people do, mostly just because, I don't have a lot of, family or professional ties where I need to hide it, which I'm very grateful for. So I just kind of, if you don't like it, then okay. I'm not here to please a stranger on the internet for the most part.
Yeah.
Yes, I do that to a degree, but I'm not here to, appease my family who I, don't really interact with to make sure everything's all wholesome for their liking. I'm like, if you don't like my lifestyle, then sorry.
That's a you problem,
that's
not
a you
me
problem. I don't complain about your lifestyle, Uncle David. But
I don't complain about your 2.5 kids and wife. Not that that's a bad thing either.
No.
Someone commented, I have good hair. Thank you. I fixed it yesterday. How do you find time for the community?
That's a good question. It's a struggle.
Struggle.
Mostly just because of what I do for work. It's hard to find time off that cooperates with the community schedule. Mostly because a lot of community things happen on weekends, and because I work at a theme park, weekends are kind of no, we need people. Mm-hmm. It's not I don't have an office 9 to 5, so
yeah.
It
happens. But you do make time for it.
I do. Or
I just be like, hey ho, come, I'm dragging you.
That too.
Preach.
Nice. It's been interesting, but I think I've started to finally find a good balance of my own personal life, my work schedule / life, and then me being able to actually partake in my community in those last couple months.
Yeah.
You've dragged me out now 2 times.
Yes.
In the last couple months, let alone just the time I've spent with y'all now.
Yes.
More.
And just dropping food off at your house when you need it, and I'm like, yeah, no problem, we got you. I don't care. I'll help you.
But so it's been interesting. I know I've had this very interesting journey over the last 8 years since I've started when I was 18, and it's just been wild, but I'm starting to finally get there, and apparently people remember me, and I'm just like, thank you.
We like you. We really like you. How did you find about streaming on Twitch? Because you also stream on Twitch, and I love your streams on Twitch.
I do stream on Twitch. So I've known about Twitch for like a long while, purely just because, you know, internet culture. I'm a giant nerd. I spend a lot of time on the internet. I've known about Twitch. It's been something that's been on my radar, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I've always liked the idea of streaming, and I've always watched Let's Plays on YouTube of people playing games. So it's just been a interesting...
Why did you start then? Because, you know, like, I was also, like, a big person on, like, watching YouTube and such, and just so many, and I was like, why isn't there someone like me doing this type of content for the public? Like, I know you do video games, which is great. I also sometimes play video games, but not very often on Twitch anymore.
So...
I only play one game, guys. I only play Animal Crossing.
So I love video games. Video games is a big part of my personality, to be honest. Video games, tabletop games, you know, it's all just super important to me. So it was just kind of a no-brainer that that's what I wanted to stream. And I love sharing games that mean a lot to me with other people.
Yeah.
I think it's something very important that, like, in video games, I see are a form of art that doesn't get recognition as much as it should. It's starting to slowly get there, especially music, game soundtracks.
Yes.
So OSTs. But like I started gaming when I was a little kid. You know, back with the PlayStation 1, the Nintendo, and the Nintendo 64, and then like I've grown up with it all. I started my journey playing games I probably shouldn't have when I was a kid.
Oh, like, unfiltered internet.
Well, no, it wasn't even, that wasn't the internet at the time. That was just what my father had for the PlayStation 1 that he bought for him, but then never played. So I was like, I want to try it. So here's me at like 6 or 7 years old playing Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Silent Hill. And then I eventually discovered Final Fantasy 9, which was my first Final Fantasy
I love
title.
Final Fantasy 9.
That was my first Final Fantasy title, and it's my favorite. It became my favorite very quickly, and it was still one of my all-time favorites. Do I play GTA? I do not. I have played 2 GTA games, kind of. I tried 4, and I was like, I'm not a fan of this. And then I tried 5, and I finished the story, but I was just like not interested the entire time. I was just doing it because I'm like, I paid money for this, damn it. I'm just gonna finish the story. And I wanted to like it, but I have an issue with Rockstar Games, who makes GTA and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Where it's something I understand some people like. I don't play games for realism, and those games lean heavily into, while their stories aren't super realistic, the gameplay and the way it operates is realism. And I'm just like, that's not for me. I like the fantasy. So for me, it just wasn't for me. I'm kind of sad that it's not, because I know a lot of people love it, and I still appreciate it, and I respect it. It's just, for me, it just didn't click.
Yep. No, that's right. So I while we were talking, I was outlining the rubber here, because it's starting. It's just a white cut, so I just highlighted it with some black Sharpie. That's what I was doing, so don't worry. And I burned some threads that were just hanging around.
I was attempting to, and then I accidentally did that.
What'd you do? Oh, you have a little marks. It happens.
Yeah, that'll come out.
Yeah, that'll come out eventually. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to. It's not required. It's just an easy, I'm like, ooh, I'm going for extra bonus points here. I want to make these look good.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can clean it up real quick.
All good. What is your favorite toy in your toy bag?
My toy bag is unfortunately not super big.
That's okay. We can Marie Kondo this.
My favorite toy is probably the paddle that I bought just because I bought it, and it was my first toy that I bought for me to either use or be used with, and it's this cool. Well, it's cute. It was made. It was handmade. I don't remember by who. I bought it years ago. It's a black leather paddle with a blue suede paw print in it.
Adorable.
And it's got like a blue suede strap on the end, so I can actually hang it from like a clip or something on my belt loop if I wanted to. I used to actually bring it with me to most events, and I would hang it from my belt loop on my right side, just so because partial flagging.
Yeah.
And plus, it was cute, and I liked it, and it was kind of like a mix of the two sides. Even though that was this was also me when I first started, so I wasn't really sure how to separate the two. Now I've learned, and it's been a little different, but I still like it. So, believe it or not, I've actually never had it used on me other than the first day that I bought it.
Bring it over next time when my boyfriend's here. We'd love to use it on you.
I've talked to him about it, and he said that he would happily too. No, because I bought it, because here's my rule if I buy a toy. If I'm buying it, I want to know how it feels before I buy it.
Yes.
So that way I'm aware how it feels, and I'm aware how it feels for someone else.
Yep. That's a good rule. And also practice with it.
Yes.
Practice on some not flesh human.
Like a pillow.
Pillow, suede blanket, or like one of those fuzzy microfiber
Even a
ones.
couch.
That way you can see where you're hitting and make sure you're accurate. Because no one wants an inaccurate bitch hitting your ass. That shit not fun.
No. There's also lots of things on the internet that say this is a good place to spank. This is not a good place.
Don't hit the not good places.
No, don't hit the not good places.
What is your sexuality?
For ease, when I'm talking to non-queer people, I just say I'm gay. But over the last few years, sexuality and gender has become such a mishmash of half of who cares and half of no, people identify as multiple things, which is great.
Yeah.
So I just say I am a queer person. I still very much am attracted to men, but my definition of men is not what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was very strictly I want a man. Now I'm just people are hot. It's still very much masculine presenting, but it's not necessarily 100% cisgendered man, throws football, yeah.
Just work.
It's just kind of I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to, and so I just say I'm a queer person. It's
Would you say androsexual?
What is that? I actually don't know. If someone would like to elaborate, or if IT would
we
like
have
to
Google.
Androsexual.
I know the rough definition, but I don't want to screw it up.
I've heard of androsexual, but I don't know what it is. What does androsexual mean?
They may be attracted to anyone with masculine qualities regardless of gender or sexual orientation.
Yeah, masculine qualities regardless of...
it's possible.
It is a newer term.
Okay. So, that's the thing. For me, it's just kind of I don't know, but that's kind of okay thing. I just kind of identify as me, and I just say queer, and it's just a bit easier. Because, I'm still trying to figure stuff out half the time. Half of us still are, and
all of us still are.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers in the world, even though I was called a leather Google last night. And I'm wow, I guess you're kind of right. I know I can get you an answer in 20 minutes or less.
But no, it's just kind of a...
Sir Gray Frost calls me leather Google.
Does it really?
I was helping out someone with their boots. I was just sitting there. I'm do you want some unsolicited advice? I'm use
Yes,
these really
leather
cool
Google.
boots. Use mink oil on them. And he's you're fucking leather Google. And I'm just I'm not. My boyfriend is. And he's no, you are. Okay, make smart things. What is your definition of a leather boy?
Again, 3 years ago would have been very different.
3 years ago, you wouldn't touched a boob.
No, 3 years ago I wouldn't have touched a boob whatsoever. Now I'm like, oh, let's go. I don't care. But no, so for a leather boy, it's very much, I think, just a state of mind. There's history with leather boy, and I mean, as there is with all of leather, there's history there. Gosh, there's so much, and it's important.
Yes.
I think it's almost, so to me, unlike, yes, there's dom and submissive. That's just a thing that you do, though. I think very much like boot blacks. Like, not just saying, oh, I boot black versus, like, I am a boot black. Like, that's a different thing. Like, oh, I'm submissive and I'm a leather boy are two very different things. Being a leather boy doesn't necessarily even mean submissive.
Yeah.
Like, I know dominants who claim that they also are a leather boy. They're just a dominant.
Yeah.
It's all a state of mind, and I think it's learning... It's knowledge, I think, a lot of it, and growing and wanting to fill a role that has been ever changing. For me, personally, it's providing service to a dominant that I'm with, or the community as a whole, or even just to friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm providing service, I'm providing companionship and support, and that's just how I've always been. I've been the support friend. I've been the in the background, making sure everything looks good for the person that's up on stage.
Yep.
So it's what I do in my real life. It's what I do now. So
which I find so beautiful, because like I feel like for me personally, like leather and community here have like given me so many new tools for my professional life. Mm-hmm. I love my job, what I do. I will not say where I work, but like basically I've told them like very directly, if you make me wear pants, you are paying me more. 100%. And they're like, okay, you do not get to wear pants. And I'm like, thank you. I'm not wearing them now.
I can't quite get away with that at my job.
I can. But I was like, I know like me a few years ago would like never ever say something like that and just be like, super like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, no, pay what I'm worth.
Right.
Pay me for my time
worth.
to be here. Yes, especially know your worth. Especially as a boot black, know your worth. Don't just charge stuff randomly. Oh, why is history so important to learn in leather and kink?
So, I have a personal answer for that one. And that's, one, if you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat failures, as well as then the good parts just die out. Mm-hmm. Like, learning your history, learning where everything comes from and its origins, and who fought for the rights for you and I to exist doing this today.
Yep.
You know, it's so important. And it's, even though, you know, what my very first dominant was super shitty, the knowledge he taught me was invaluable.
Yeah.
Two things. One, according to Anchor Pup, says he wishes to borrow girlfriend to dom the boss into paying more.
Yay! Pay me money for that. That'd be great.
And Drew, that's a great answer. I'm not sure which great answer, but...
Thank you. I accept it nonetheless.
As we were saying, though, your personal definition.
It's... History is probably one of the most crucial things that anyone can learn. Your local history, your overall national, international history even, too.
Yeah.
Like, there is a reason why International Mr. Leather has been going on for as long as it has, and it's because there are people who fought for that to exist in the first place.
Yep.
Who are they? Learn.
Yes.
Stonewall especially was a big one. Like, Stonewall is one of those things I'm like kind of passionate about.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was already like, when I first came out and like learned I was gay, I was like, oh, I learned about Stonewall. Cool. It was queer people. It was, well, at the time, it was just like, oh, it was gay people.
Yep.
And then it was also drag queens. And then later on, I was like, oh, you mean the gays just kind of stood in the back while the leather folk and the drag queens and trans community were really the ones on the front lines? Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
And then other people started to join in after as well. And no one died at Stonewall.
No one died at Stonewall.
Please stop saying that people died at Stonewall, because
one died.
My poor mom, without knowing that I was like a queer leather person, we were talking about Pride one month that happened up. Bootblack historians.
Bootblack historians. I will admit, my history of bootblacks, is much more minimal than general leather history knowledge. It's something I'm trying to learn a bit more of, and a lot of that's just communicating, because unfortunately, unlike traditional leather, that history was not as well kept, from what I understand.
It is and it isn't. It's kind of rough, because this is why I'm doing this show in this format. That way we have recorded history, and I get to teach somebody something, and I get to teach you guys something. But if you go to the Leather Archives Museum in Chicago, you can ask that very direct question. They'll actually pull up people directly. If you go to the Bootblack group on Facebook, all you guys got to do is search the Bootblacks, and we'll pop up. You'll get to see everybody. You can honestly ask a question. You'll get someone who has like that weird wackadoo answer around the world in 20 minutes or less. That's Leather Google.
And it's an active group.
Yeah, it's a very active group. But they also have a whole bunch of leather history. There's the Bootblack Bible that's in there. I know a lot of them are coming over from Europe right now, because like their European history, they don't really have bootblacks. They have their own that they like learn how to take care of. And bootblacks are just starting there, and I love it so much. And Alistair, I'm so proud of you. And the sweet new one that just got their title, the small bootblack, I'm so proud of you as well. I can't wait to meet you one day. But like they're starting to come over here and compete in our contest, and they're like, how do we have like a good strong bootblack community here? So it's been very interesting to kind of have all that like transcend and go through.
Yeah.
Someone brings up that they're glad that gay film and lit are going into our history more.
Same. I agree.
Absolutely. I remember back in high school, now, I graduated almost 10 years ago. Gross.
Shut up.
I know. Listen, I'm getting older, so I'm just
I am older. I almost graduated college. He's like, oh my God.
But no, I remember specifically like American history and
American sex education's terrible. We've had that conversation.
We didn't even have sex education back in high school for me.
Sorry, the dogs.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, Winnie.
Wednesday.
She's like, I'm here. I'm queer.
Hi, Wednesday.
Out.
Hello.
Out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, you guys are cute. I love both you guys. Wednesday, Pugsley.
Oh.
Wednesday.
She's
back.
Yeah, there we go.
We lost some light.
Hold on.
Technical difficulties with dog. Pugsley can stay because he's a good boy. Pugsley, sit. Come on. Do you want a treat? Sit. He's like, but I'm on a cat bed. I will sit on the cat bed. You can stay, Bubba.
There we go.
Yay, let there be light.
All right. But back in high school when we were learning American history, I remember reading through the book and then getting to, like, there's chapters upon chapters about, like, everything that was, like, well, most of what happened in American history. And I know that, like, American history is kind of a one-sided thing depending on who you're talking to, which is another problem. But I wanted to flip towards the back because it was in chronological order of it to see if there was anything about the AIDS crisis and the Stonewall riots or anything. Mm-hmm. There was chapters for like the super minute things that happened. There was a paragraph about the AIDS epidemic and not even a mention of Stonewall.
Hey, at least you got a paragraph. I know I definitely didn't learn any of that like in high school.
But it was just...
I went to college and got an education and started joining like my GSA and such when I was in high school and just be like, yeah, that's where I started my first like bits of leather history and even just queer history.
I was the president for the GSA back in my high school from freshman year through senior. And it was, I started it. I made sure I kept it. so that's where a lot of my like queer history came from, is because I wanted to learn, and I wanted to present, and I wanted to teach others for that, because it's important, especially growing up in high school. It's such a critical time to develop and learn, and I wanted to provide a safe space for other queer students to feel comfortable and learn the history of where we all came from.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Pup had to learn theirs through personal research.
Yep.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's how
a lot of us have been having to learn, and like we want to make a change in that, because it's ridiculous that like queer people have to fight for so many extra rights and then fight about having to learn about it.
It's starting to get a little better.
Yes.
In some places, unfortunately.
Not here in the South.
Here in the South, it's a little rough, especially with the
yes,
Don't Say
rough.
Gay bill and all that. It's been a struggle.
We're on women, we're on gays, we're on everything I represent. I have a bill against me right now, and I'm real sorry.
If I am not a cis, straight, white male with money, the world is against you.
Yeah.
But,
What product are we cleaning with this?
what
do you want to use? What you want to use? You can run the gambit. You can use Saphirs. You can use anything.
Because this is what I have, so this is what I polish them with.
Deal.
Yeah, this will be fine.
Oh yeah, you don't have one of these. You don't.
No,
have
I don't.
Boy.
I know. We'll get there. I use Money's Worth and Best shoe polish. This is what I was taught with, and it's just something I've liked. I know that there's better, but it's just.
If you like it, that's all that matters.
I like how it looks, especially because these are boots that I will be using for work at events. So like when I'm boot blacking and just casual use. So I don't want to put super expensive polish on them when it's just going to get scuffed right back up.
Life of a boot black. You have
Exactly.
the worst boots in the world. Like, but everyone else in that room.
Now when I get my
best.
new boots that are going to come in, those are going to be like, these are going to be taken care of, and those are going to be for like nice moments.
Only nice moments. What is your definition of consent?
It is static and fluid at the same time, and I know it's a bad answer, but also an okay one.
Your answer.
It is very much, when it comes to consent, 1, 2, 3, however many parties are involved, need to agree to whatever's happening, in some way, shape, or form, be it verbal, written, or both. That, hey, this is what's going to be happening. This is what might happen while you're in this area, while it's around you. If you're not okay with that, don't do it. Don't come, whatever. But consent is super important, for everything. And it is not a negotiable. Well, consent itself is not negotiable. It happens.
It needs to happen.
It needs to happen. Negotiation, or what happens during the thing that after you've consented for, that's another story. But like consent to let the thing happen is very much important.
Fun stuff. Can you tell us a little bit more about your puppy side?
So, Rascal, he is, I kind of mentioned like the age range. I don't have like an exact age. I don't want to say he's lazy, but he's lazy. But he's not like I don't want to do anything. It's he doesn't want to play because he's busy guarding the person that he's with or people he cares about. He's a guard dog to a degree and just guards the other puppies, and it's just like, hey, don't be fucking stupid.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. Looks at the one in the chair. But
We love our tech support. Don't be stupid.
It go boom.
No, it does not go boom.
does not go boom.
Stop it.
But so it's all just kind of a very, it differs, but it's very much this not. It's passive. It's kind of like, I guess the best word to describe is he's very passive and just wants to, watch and guard and stand by. Mm-hmm. Kind of like me as a person.
You're a service pup.
I am.
In a little bit. Just like my service dog is just sitting here by her feet, just watching us do work. He knows not to step in the kit. Wednesday, she's
Yeah, she'll just do it anyway.
She'll do whatever she wants, guys.
Ash's old hunting dog. He's done his time and wants to sleep.
Aw.
Aw, how sweet, Ash. Love it. Tell us your top 3 kinks and or fetishes.
I keep getting one in my head and I'm like, oh wait, no, there's another one.
Could be anyone in the world.
Don't rub your nose too much.
Yeah, you've got polish on it.
Wouldn't be the worst.
True.
It's not the worst thing I've ever had in my face.
True.
So, in no particular order, I'm prefacing that. In no particular order, we have bondage / restraint of any kind. I enjoy it being held down, bound, tied up, like whatever. I enjoy it. I like being limited movement. Very much a vocal. Like I like being talked down and dirty too. In a good scene, it's one of my favorites. Other than that, we have probably impact play. Impact play is yeah.
You and I a few weeks ago I had nice bruises, and I was like, look at my bruises!
And I was just like, hell yeah!
Hell yeah! It's like little badges of honor. Can leather and kink be political?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Whether we want it to or not, it can and intrinsically is. Like, it can be political in the normal sense of politics. Politics.
Politics.
But it can also be political when it comes to just general community of what's happening.
Acheron has to go to work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bye, Acheron.
Bye.
You can watch more of it later on YouTube. It'll be up there later. Yes, can be political. How do you feel about being on your own again after leaving a leather family?
I am the happiest I have ever been in my entire life currently. And I say that without hesitation.
Good.
It was a lot as I went from essentially being in a leather family to being in another leather family fairly quickly. And so that was, 5.5 years of my life, almost 6 years actually. Mm-hmm. Where that's how I was. And then, the last year and a half I've been on my own.
Give me the white box.
And it's been
I'm lazy.
such a good experience for me because I get to be my own person, do my own thing when I feel like it. And while I do feel a little lonely at times because I don't have someone else there to care for me and take care of them, it's still it is growth. It is growth time, and I think that's what's most important right now for me.
Is BDSM and kink sexual?
Not necessarily. I have had a few scenes where sex wasn't involved. It was all just everyone was having a good time of beating each other up, and that's all that happened. And everyone was content with that.
Yep.
So I'm going to add on to that. With my puppy, I know a lot of people have their puppies. Some people are sexual with their puppies. Some people are, this weird in between. I'm not sexual with my puppy. My puppy is 95% not sexual. Mm-hmm. If there's like that right energy, then it's a maybe. But like puppy for me is not by any means. It's It's protection, relax, and guard. Like, it is not a, oh, I'm a puppy, I would deserve to be spanked while I'm a puppy. No, that's like, if your dog's doing bad behavior, you can pop him on the butt. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to be flogged while I'm a puppy because I'm a dog. You don't flog Pugsley.
I would never flog Pugsley.
Exactly.
I'd put him in a corner for timeout. That's about it.
Exactly. And so that's kind of how I see my puppy. Is it's not just, I'm not a human pretending to be a dog. I am a dog in that state.
Yeah.
So it's a very it's very different than some people.
Very innocent.
Yeah.
What leather or kink book would you recommend everyone read?
Honestly, because I think so. I have read both the Leatherman's Handbook and the Leather Boy Handbook. Those are the only two things I've actively read when it comes to like books.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably the Leather Boy Handbook if I had to choose between the two, just because that one has a bit more of like specific history in it.
Yeah.
The Leatherman's Handbook is very generalized. I'm like, I can get all the stuff off Wikipedia.
Yep.
But like the Leather Boy Handbook had a little bit more in depth of where this came from. Why is it this?
Yeah.
Overall, though, there's so many sources that I haven't looked into that I can't say is like what's the best one, and there probably isn't a best one.
No.
Like it's all over the place.
Yep. What is a piece of leather that you own and means the most to you, and why?
My vest.
The best. Why?
My vest was given to me as a gift from the longest dom I ever had of 5 years. He and his husband gifted this to me for Christmas one year. And while I have unfortunately gained weight so it doesn't close anymore, it's still important to me, and it has my pins on it that I love, and it reminds me of, someone cares about me enough to do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's means a lot to me.
Fair. Where's my brown? Oh, can you hand me my black brush?
No.
I'm like, I don't know where my black brush is. I'm just kind of sitting here enjoying. I cheated and used my power buffer because my hand hurts because I'm getting old.
Okay.
I am getting into geriatric years, guys. It's been a long panini. It's been a long time. What advice would you give to someone who wants to go to a gay bar or a leather bar?
So that's a very what?
You're doing the sides. You suck.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's your boots. Oh,
it's a very complicated answer to a degree, purely just because every gay bar and every leather bar is going to be a little different. Mm-hmm. When it comes to me, what I do, I don't like to go alone. One, because I intrinsically am a very shy person, believe it or not.
No way.
And so I like to have someone there that I know and I'm comfortable with, and someone who's also there to be like, hey, are you okay, every once in a while, and if I say no, they're like, cool, let's leave.
Yeah.
But specifically at like leather bar, having someone there helps. I would say do your research, know what the bar is, just so you can make sure it sounds like some place you'd want to go. Like, and not just be like, oh, it's leather, so yeah, I want to go. Learn what kind of leather bar it is.
Yeah.
Because there are places that don't allow certain people because it's just how it is. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's even wrong. But like, there needs to be a safe space for everyone, and those places need to exist.
Yep.
And we're losing more and more of them by the week, it feels like.
No.
And it's do your research at the bar. Find someone that you're comfortable with if you need to. Be safe. Don't be stupid. You know, don't go into the pool room of Ramrod if it's your first time and you have no idea what's happening. Don't go there. If the lights are off, stay out of it. Unless it's what you want to do, then I can't stop you. You're an adult.
Go right ahead.
But that's my advice.
Yeah.
So.
I love cheating. I'm not gonna lie. This makes my life so much easier. I'm cheating. Oh no. It's okay.
Porter!
Porter, no, I'll do what I want.
Callie!
Callie, I'll still do what I want, Daddy. Daddy, I'll do what I want. Grandpa, I will do what I want.
But Daddy, I love him. It was the same energy.
I'll do what I want. How did you recover from your worst bootblacking experience?
I yelled at you. Because that was last night.
Can you elaborate?
No, so I'm jokingly. That actually wasn't my worst. But last night I was working on girlfriend's boots, and you know I'm just doing my normal thing, polishing, shining, making sure everything looks good. And I'm like, why did this boot take better than this one? I looked at her and I'm just like, can you help me? She goes,
you're doing too much.
You're doing too much work. And I just looked at her. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I did my normal thing. She goes, could have just used the open offs.
You could have just skipped the step. You didn't have to polish.
And I looked at her and I just gave her this disgusted look. Just like, how fucking dare you? Why didn't you stop me? And then she laughed just like that and said, it was fun to watch.
Sometimes you gotta let them do their own mistake, even if it's on your own boots, and be like, it's fine. I'm gonna teach you how to fix it right now.
But my worst actual experience I was boot blacking at a local bar in Orlando back in October, and someone came up to me to work on their boots. You know, I don't know if you can really tell. I'm small. This one's taller than me, without heels.
Yes.
I'm only 5'6". Someone who is about 6'4", maybe 6'3", came up to me and asked for me to do their boots. Happily oblige. And, you know, the boots went up to their knees. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And they, you know, I took my time. I didn't delace them as we were at a bar, and I didn't want to take up that much time.
Yeah.
But I took my time. I used my China marker to like get the lines, because they were Doc Martens. They're just very tall ones. Mm-hmm. As well as, you know, took time to not get any polish on the very bright yellow laces.
Yep.
So I took my time. I was careful. I did, you know, everything. And then we were chatting. We were having a good conversation. And I'm in a public bar out in the middle of the open. And he says to me after I was done, after he tipped me $3, said, I would have tipped more if you had been more sexual. Which I caught me so off guard.
Yep.
Because one, we didn't discuss that. Two,
Yep.
we're in a public bar, in a public space, where I'm here to provide a service. I'm not here to
Yeah.
you know, it really hurt, and it turned me off for a while from wanting to do it in public for a specifically gay leather bar, or at least like a leather event that was specifically gay.
Yep.
And because I remember when I did it at FPE and FLSB, I didn't have anywhere near that sort of issue. Even when I just did it for a local leather night at one of the other bars that doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, it didn't have that issue because it was everyone was there.
Yep.
Whereas this place was a very specifically, like, it needs to, like, they prefer gay and they make it kind of obvious. So it was, it hurt. It took a while to finally say something, but I finally I said something on, to, the group on Facebook. I was like, hey guys, I'm not gonna name names, but tip your boot blacks.
Yep.
Love them. We do a lot of hard work. This is not just something that just magically replenishes itself. The bar doesn't give us this stuff to use. This is our stuff. We have to replenish this, and it's not cheap.
Nope.
It's going up.
Yeah. I know, it sucks. It's even worse because, like, a thing of saddle soap used to cost $10, and now they're starting to cost 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Depending on where you find it. Like, all this stuff does cost money, and it costs time, and it costs knowledge, which is, like, super hard to find a boot black who knows what they're doing, loves what they're doing, and has the knowledge to do it correctly.
And then you have those that have all that, but then they don't have the money to actually do what they love.
Because we get old, and it hurts. We find other ways to adapt, i.e. why I bought myself an electric buffer. How do you think events will change after COVID?
So, I think it's complicated. I don't think there's going to be like a right answer for it. It's going to be very different no matter what. I think COVID affected us in more than just like, oh, I miss people, and we've lost things. We've lost some events that. We've lost a lot of events. We've lost people, good people who were in charge of some events, due to either them realizing they just have so much burnout and they can't do it anymore, or unfortunate circumstances of life, where either they are
no longer with us,
or they just, some health issues where they can't do it anymore. I think, as much as I don't want it, we are going to see a decline of the amount of events that we have. And I believe we're already seeing that. Yeah. Especially here. We've declined a good handful. We've lost the magic, for lack of a better word, for what makes certain events those. Mm-hmm. And it's also been this change of identity for people, where people are now no longer afraid to say something that was an issue. Mm-hmm. And so people are now speaking out about issues for, so many things, which is good. We need to, if we can't fix what's broken if you don't tell us it's broken. Yeah. But that is a double-edged sword, as we've now seen certain events like either go away or decline in membership because of those. Mm-hmm. Or change hands even of who's in charge, and it's sad to see something that used to be, so highly regarded, now kind of died down. Yeah. I think overall, people are going to be a little bit more cautious. I know for, like, even though I'm fully vaccinated and everything, I still play it safe to a degree. I'm very glad I don't work around, thousands of people anymore. So I can be a little bit less, cautious. Mm-hmm. But I still, like, if I ever have a day where it's like, I think I have like a slight cold, I'm still going to wear a mask. Yeah. Like, even though I know that it's not like COVID or anything, I'm still going to do it because other countries do it. Yep. It's all about just personal, like, respect for yourself as well as the others around you.
Common courtesy.
Yeah, common courtesy. Like, Japan's done it for years for multiple reasons, but mostly because, like, if someone's not feeling well, but they still have to go do stuff, but they're, like, still able to, they'll wear a mask to protect others. Mm-hmm. That's what the whole thing was about from the beginning. It was never about protecting yourself. It's about protecting others. Sorry.
It's all good.
I can tone it down. Okay.
So what are we using to condition these? What do you want to do now? What you want? I got variety.
I do. Because I'm happy I have it now.
Oh, do you want to open off?
I do. Because I finally have open offs and I like it a lot.
Give me that one that's almost empty.
Yeah, this one's...
This is like the last bit of it. It's an empty can of Obenovs.
That has like ever so slightly, just enough.
Just enough, but I have a brand new one.
Ready to go.
That's my life. It takes me like, normally non-COVID years, like that would be gone within 6 months. COVID years, that took me a whole year and a half. How can you be more active in the community? How can one start being active here?
Go to your local leather socials. Munches, Facebook groups. If you want to use it, you can use FetLife. I know it's kind of like a weird site that I really don't think many people even use it that much anymore.
A lot of people still do. It's a weird one.
It's very
take it with a grain of salt for that one.
Yeah, you're better off sticking to like Facebook groups, and even I think Instagram has like some groups. I'm not on Instagram, so I don't know. TikTok has started to have a lot more of a leather presence too.
Yes, but then we get demonetized and banned, so I don't know how long that one
So
will
does
last.
Twitch as well.
Hi.
Yeah. So I actually don't know if you're aware that there is a Leather Pride weekend for Twitch.
What?
Yes, it's not like an official thing, but a lot of leather content creators who play games or do other things on Twitch, they all
Please
celebrate.
tell me what weekend this is.
I will do my research and I will get back to you. I think it's next month because it's June.
Yeah.
So, as soon as I find out, I will definitely let you know. Because I have some good friends that participate in it. I surprisingly don't, just because my channel is not leather geared. Some people have theirs to where they wear their leather all the time, but this is like the chance to wear like full cow on stream.
Yep.
Like dressed to the nines, like you're going to a gala, and so it's cool to have that, and it's starting to become a thing a little bit more. And once I find out, I will let you know.
Please do.
Because I know that, I think, because Roke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they help like kind of participate with some of their friends as well.
Deal.
So I'll get with them, see if I can figure out if they know when it is.
Yeah, no, that'd be great, because I would love to participate and hang out with you guys more. Especially other people in full cow and I thought I was like the only one guy.
Oh gosh, no.
I'm like, I know there's kinky people on here that play video games. I got that. So I was like, maybe me and like Amp from like What's the Safe Word. That's
Amp participates all the time.
Oh, nice. I don't always get to watch everyone's Twitch streams because I'm usually doing something.
Oh man, I got to play games with Amp like a few months ago. It was great.
I'm so jealous. My husband's gotten to meet Amp, and I have
I'm
not.
gonna have to like physically meet Amp, but I've got.
No, he's gotten to physically meet Amp. Like before, What's the Safe Word was like a thing.
Eat breakfast.
Yeah, you had to eat breakfast with him. So
You had a contest, I think.
yeah, it was international puppy. It was when you went out of state, and I'm just like I admire all your content so much. I'm like, I want to do kinky wish things with you because I find it would be so fun or horrible, or your kinky knockoff puppet history. Because it just makes me laugh and I appreciate it. What is your favorite tool in your bootblacking kit?
I gotta think about that one.
That's fine. We can think and polish and condition.
Actually, no, I know what it is. It's the barber rush that you gave me.
Yes.
Because tool-wise, that's like a genuine tool. You're the only person that's ever gifted me a tool. People have gifted me some polish or like some other thing to use, or like some rags, a spray bottle, but like this, you're the first person to gift me a brush.
Aww.
So this means a lot to me, believe it or not.
I just had an extra. Like, here you go. I usually
Thank
put
you.
them in my mouth. It was
I've
clean.
done
We
it.
sanitized it.
But no, I appreciate it. That's probably my favorite.
Apparently tech support is giggling at something.
Yes, tech support.
Yes, tech support. Is there something you need to state?
Who's that big hunk of a man, heterosexually speaking?
That's my husband is not heterosexual. Thank you for thinking that.
No, we're talking about Boy Drew.
Oh, we're talking about Boy
me?
Drew. Heterosexual.
Heterosexually speaking.
Heterosexually.
Oh.
This is Boy.
I'm Boy Drew.
Boy Drew. He's on the title under
am.
me.
But I'm not under you.
No, we got that. Someone thought I was like ownership of you last night, and that
It
was
so funny.
That was adorable. Like, no, he's freelance. He's not mine. I'm just an asshole.
We're just friends. She's just an asshole to me, which is how you have good friends.
This is how I communicate my love. I'm an asshole to you. What is your definition of leather?
Gosh. My definition of leather would definitely be not even definite. I don't like that word. It's fluid, and it's not the traditional. Like, I do like some of the traditions of traditional gay leather. Like last night when we were at the social, I was dressed in a form of the traditional leather boy look.
Yes.
And I was joking around with it actually with some of the people we met last night. And I was just like, I know, because they had mentioned that they really were impressed that I was in that look, as they don't see it too often. And they were like, you know, you look really good. And they were surprised. I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, I know I don't have the 501s on. And they were just like, oh, yep, 501s, gotta go. Jokingly.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's all about, just like how my original training was when I was taught traditional old guard and new guard. I took that knowledge and made it my own thing. So I took leather and made it to what I want. Like yes, I thought about wearing, you know, again, the traditional boy look for the thing. But I was like, no, that doesn't show me. This shows me, because I'm a very relaxed person. Don't forget to love each other with so many different profiles, because you should love everyone. And then I have this attached to me. I don't know if you can really see it. It's a little leather D20. This is what I usually put my tips in when I'm bootblacking. But this is, again, it shows kind of me as I'm a very nerdy person. I love tabletop games. I love D&D, and I love video games. So this is just that one extra little bit of like, that's character. I know who you are now. And I like that.
Yeah.
So, and apparently it's already caught on. I had a couple of people be like, oh yeah, I recognized you because of your D20. And I was just like, oh, cool. I guess I'm the D20 bootblack now.
Sweet. Sweet. I'll take it. Be the D20 bootblack. What do you love about community?
The community. It's, I don't know. The amount of love and support that I felt in the last two outings that I've had, after not going out for almost 3 years.
It's been rough.
I was so emotional and so surprised that people remembered me for me, and not because I was with X person.
Yeah.
Because they remembered me. And that means I made an outstanding statement. I made someone feel comfortable enough to them want to remember me in a good way.
Yeah.
So it was very.
I'm fixing the top of this. You screw.
How did I screw up? What happened?
You mislaced one. I was like, why is
How
it?
did I mislace?
It happens. Welcome. I fix.
Looks like, did I do it on this one?
Maybe.
No.
You went the other direction. That's all.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm like, that's why the top of this looks funky. I'm like,
I was wondering because it was really awkward to tie last night.
I gotcha.
But no, see,
I had to look at it too, though. I was like, shit, why is this weird? Why is the top of this weird? I'm like, oh.
Man, weird tops.
Hi. I am here for your service. I got mine done.
Yeah, mine.
You got yours done?
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Look at that.
You put a lot more on there than I do.
I like them shiny.
That's fine.
I can do yours and make it match.
No, I can make my match too.
Look at that. Yeah, no, I make sure to also add it right here on the rubber cap here
I
as
didn't
well.
Think about that.
Because that way it makes it feel shiny.
Fantastic. Oh no, I have to get more ovens.
Oh no. Oh no, what a fucking tragedy.
I know.
You know, I like people looking like grease pigs at the bar. I don't like having the matte down look too often.
No.
I'd rather make sure you look real greasy and ready to go.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure that leather people look like they're going down a slip and slide.
If the rubber people can do it, so can we.
So can we. It just won't be as dignified, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself so seriously in kink, guys.
No.
Kink's customizable and supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, please leave.
For real. Like, if you think that you have to do everything a very specific way, don't.
Don't be here.
Like, the only thing that arguably sometimes needs to be done a specific way is, like, taking care of your leathers, because leathers have to be done a certain way depending what you got.
Yeah.
But even then, there's some leeway with what and how you can do it.
I.e., I was an asshole last night to Drew. I did it out of fun and love.
I know you did.
You'd learn.
She thinks it's a learning experience.
Love you.
I love you too.
Let's come back.
No, I'm just trying
Does
to
anyone
shine
have
it
any
off.
questions in the audience?
Unfortunately, it looks like your audience has left the room.
No, that's
Dang,
okay.
That's all right.
We still chat as though they're still there.
Yeah, we'll still hang out, and maybe people have more questions on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop.
Like, so, I don't know if you saw either times I've done a vest now, not on you,
Not on me.
where I have a thing where I tend to use my arm.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, like, I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm just like,
You do that with a lot of things. You were doing it with
I
my
do.
boots last night. I was like, oh yes.
I love it.
No, it's
Because one, it's just, it actually works.
Yep.
And two, it's just like, oh no, it's on me now.
Oh no. Oh no, I'll get dirty.
No.
Too bad.
Darn.
I made you dirty last night because I was putting my boots all
You
over
did.
you. You had a nice boot print on your belly.
It's a little better.
A lot better. And look, they match.
Yeah.
They match. Look at that. These are great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on today. Is there anything else you would like to end with? Any other events or organizations that you support that we didn't get to talk about today?
So, I'm still trying to get back out there, so I'm not a part officially of anything. Just support my friends. Support my friends. If you want to come watch me be silly on TikTok and Twitch, you can see all my video game hot takes on Twitter. It's again Rascal the Soft.
Yes.
I stream every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so I will be going live tomorrow. On the 16th, because today's the 15th or today's the 16th. It's a day.
It's a day. Thanks, why?
Today's
15th. So tomorrow, the 16th of May, I will be going live, and then so that's my regular schedule is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I can stream out of that schedule if I need to, or if I want to. But those are my regular streaming days. So if anyone ever feels like they want to catch me on those days, feel free to come in, say hi. I know that I said that I tend to keep that part kind of not leather. That doesn't mean that I can't talk about it on there. Doesn't mean I don't welcome other leather folks in there. I don't hide who I am on that. It's just that's not the aesthetic of the channel. But I still very much am leather person on there. I still say it.
Yep.
So yeah, feel free to stop in and say hi.
Stop in, say hi. Nope. So I'll be back tomorrow because it's Monday and it's my normal day to stream as well. So I'll be here tomorrow doing some fun bag. Yes, I'm doing a bag tomorrow. So
On Sunday or Monday?
Monday.
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Today's Sunday, love.
Today is Sunday. Oh shit, I'm streaming today.
You stream today.
I don't know what days are.
And then why?
I'm streaming tomorrow, though. That is
You're
correct.
streaming tomorrow, too.
I am
didn't know
streaming
we were
today.
skipping
I'll stream
the-
tonight.
You'll stream tonight. So he'll stream tonight. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow after 7. So come on
I'm
back
not
if you
drinking. I
like.
promise. This is water. in
It's
here.
water. I have it's this is all water. But no, so if you have any questions, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram. The link tree is there. If you want to watch this later, it's going to be on YouTube. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to see someone on here, let me know.
Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome.
It's been lovely.
Thanks for coming back.
I know, but I'm happy I could do it
Professionally.
professional.
Professional.
Whatever the fuck professional means.
I mean, I made you spaghetti and meatballs.
You did make
straight.
spaghetti meatballs. You're good. Look at this boy.
Such handsome boy. Poogly the best. All right, dear. I think we can close.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.